Hello everybody, it's Michael from Replica Airguns with an instructional / tutorial video. Today we're going to talk a little bit about CO2, storing it in your gun, if that's okay. And when I get questions over and over again or a similar line of questions, I figure it's time to make a video and address it. So that's what I'm doing here today. We're going to talk about, is it okay to leave CO2 in your gun? I mean, I get questions like this. I'll tell you the questions I get. People ask, probably number one, can I leave the CO2 in my gun? And if so, how long? Number two, people ask, can I refill these guys, these little 12-gram CO2 cartridges? I'll just tell you that right now, no. You can't refill these 12-gram or the 88-gram CO2 cartridges. They're disposable, okay? There's no way to do it. When you get up into the larger tanks, yes, you can refill them with CO2. But these 12-grammers, buy them, use them, throw them out. Now once you basically take them out of the gun or unscrew the CO2 or the tab, it's going to release all the pressure and it's done. So you can't take it out, pop it back in. It doesn't reseal itself. So people ask, can I leave it in the gun? Let's say you only shoot half of it. Let's say your gun can shoot 100 shots and you only shoot 50. You're done. You got to go in for dinner, whatever. You run out of time or you're just bored of shooting your gun. You're done, right? Can you leave it till tomorrow or say the next day or next week? Sure you can. You can leave your CO2 in there. I would say, for up to a week at a time is perfectly fine. Now some guns do develop slow leaks. Even out of the box can have a really slow leak. You might not even be able to hear it, but that CO2 could leak out of that gun. Is that a defect? Hard to say. Some guns are just more prone to slow leaks than other guns. Usually I'd recommend just shooting all the CO2 off right away if you can, right? But that's not always the case. So you're sort of taking your chances, I guess, if you're going to leave the CO2 in there long term or for any length of time, it could leak out. So keep that in mind. Secondly, there is a sort of problem with leaving CO2 in guns. Now, I'll see if I can get this light on here. See how we have that there's that green seal there? Now, back in the day when they made guns, they probably made them out of different materials. And who knows what they're using in here. Like each gun is different. Each manufacturer uses slightly different materials. And some materials are more flexible than others. Some are more resilient. Some will bounce back over time. So if you put pressure on it, they'll bounce back or they'll go back to their original position better than others. Some, if you push on them long enough, right, if you put a CO2 in here and press it in there, it'll permanently shape that way. So that's the danger, is if you put a CO2 cartridge like this one in here, has a very unique tip to it. Now, I don't have any other cartridges to show you. I might put some pictures in there of some different cartridges so you can see that they all have different ends, right? But this has a unique end to it. And if I say switch brands and go to a different brand, this is just a Cybergun brand. But let's say I go to Crossman or Umarex and it has a different tip, and the seal in here is shaped for this tip, then I could have potential leaks because it's just not going to seal up properly, right? That's the danger in leaving the CO2 in there for a long time. Basically, it imprints on the seal. So this shape imprints on the seal, making it really only good for this style of cartridge from that point on. So that's the danger in leaving CO2 in there for too long a period of time. Now, some seals will imprint easier than others. Some are better off, than others that they don't imprint. And back in the day, a lot of people felt that it was better to leave the CO2 in the actual gun. Better for the gun, better for the valves. Now, just because the valve seal is good doesn't mean that the valve inside is going to be good. Sometimes you can have leaking right here on the seal area. Sometimes there can be a valve problem. So if you are getting a leak, it's not necessarily the seal. It could be an internal valve. And if that's the case, if the valve is leaking for some reason, then one thing you can try is using something like Pelgan oil, and you'll put it on basically a drop on the end of your CO2. That Pelgan oil will work its way through the gun. You might have to use a couple CO2 cartridges of Pelgan oil before it all works in. But hopefully over time that valve starts to work properly and that oil will get in there and work its way through the gun and you won't get any leaks. So this can help out in that situation. Now, if you've permanently imprinted your seal and it's leaking, you've got a new brand or the brand of CO2 isn't fitting on there and you're getting a leak there, I'm going to make another video for you guys, a little trick, and it's going to incorporate this tape. So probably some of you are going to figure it out, but I saw another video and a fellow had a great idea of using this tape. In the event that your seal's not working 100%, you can use this tape. And so I'm going to make another video. I'll put a link in here right now for that video so you can see how this tape might salvage your gun so you don't have to get a new seal, or, you know, potentially if you can't get a seal, just throw your gun out because it's leaking. Alright, thanks for watching another Replica Airguns video. Don't forget to subscribe. Check me out on Facebook and Twitter. Come on down to ReplicaAirguns.com. Check out our other articles, reviews, posts, and of course our Canada and US Replica Airguns online stores. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.